What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the In the Round podcast. It's your boy, Matt Mcilwain, and today, a very special edition, episode number 100. We're officially legit. We have made it to 100 episodes. And for today's episode, we've got the crew on, some guys that have been around what I do within the round, some guys that are sponsors, but more so just family. They're basically heavily involved in the round. It's kind of crazy to even call them sponsors, but we have a really good thing going. And we also have Sweet Boy on camera today as well. So y'all are in for a real treat. Got to shout out the sponsors, I guess you can say. We got two of them sitting right here. We got our boy Wales with Whaletail Media. If you've been a fan of In the Round, you know all about what Wales does, what his crew does back home in South Carolina, here in Nashville, Tennessee. Whaletail Media, always getting it done. If you're getting hitched, they do weddings as well. So music, weddings, business, whatever. Look up whaletail.com. Look up Whaletail Weddings as well. Next, we got our boy Mitch Wallis with The Digital Marketing Agency. His logo is a bear. You can't find The Digital Marketing Agency on Instagram because he doesn't know what to post. Yeah, McIlwain's got it on his shirt. Sweet boy. But be sure to check out our boy Mitch Wallis. And then last but certainly not least, we've got our boy Grady Saxman with Saxman Studios out there in Mount Juliet, Tennessee. Great music at a great price. They're good dudes. Grady is the man, so be sure to check him out. Visit Saxman Studios. And once again, my name is Matt Mcilwain. This is the In the Round podcast, and very stoked to have this episode coming to you all today. Nick, you could just fade that music down or hit pause on it, or whatever you want to do. Do a smooth fade. We got Nick Gorman, our sound guy at Live Oak, and our sound guy with Trey. There you go. You just
that was a quick fade.
That was a quick fade, nice and perfect. But yeah, perfect.
Shout out Nick.
Shout out Nick. Shout out Nick Gorman, our favorite masshole, as we like to say, at our rounds at over at Live Oak. But yeah, guys, episode 100. It's crazy to think that I've done 100 of these. Some of them with my good buddy Tyler Lassard, aka Boudreaux, who's still a good buddy. I haven't seen him in a while, but it's crazy to think starting out, we used to do this at his first episode was at his kitchen table at this little shack. There were 5 guys living in this like 3 or 4 bedroom house off of Charlotte Pike. And we had Colton Parker, who plays bass. He used to play with he was with Hunter Hayes for a while. He's part of that jam group, The Network, and had a deal with Seagal for a little bit. And he was our first guest. So to see it from there, where we're sitting in a kitchen table, where we were in Boudreaux's basement with these fucking cats. We had the podcats, Cake and Felix. They used to. We did an episode with Carly Rogers back in the day, and the Carly ended up being petrified of cats, and the cats could sense that. Were like climbing on her. They were legit climbing on her. I think we have photos somewhere.
Sounds awful.
You still got a video on YouTube of her doing one of her songs. I think it was her dark haired days too.
Yeah, dude, that was back. Carly was one of the first people that I met in town. I actually met her at Doghouse one night, and she told me that she was a nurse. And she'd let me have a slice of her pizza to watch her pizza to make sure nobody took it. And that was like my second week in town. But we had her on.
She was a nurse?
She said she was a nurse. She ended up being Carly Rogers, but she was drunk and told my stoned ass that she was a nurse, and I fucking believed her.
It's the best way to describe her. She's Carly Rogers.
All right. But yeah, it's been cool to watch this thing grow and have you guys involved with it. And Wales, you've been with us the longest for doing this thing. You and me met at the Buckhead Theater, I want to say.
Oh yeah, dude, in Atlanta. We were it was a show in Muscadine. I come rolling in, and I had already been working with Muscadine before. You were with the whole crew, and
yeah,
I walk in and I see this smiley dude with a Yankees hat, and I'm like, all right, well, nice. He's just happy to be there. And I was like, great to meet you, man. And I'm Wells. He's like, I'm Matt from New York.
Yeah, dude. I really embraced the token Yankee thing with them because at that time they were playing "Shut Your Mouth." If you ain't about the South, shut your mouth. And I was like, well, I'm from the North, but I'm gonna roll with you guys anyway. But yeah, dude. And you moved to town when? It was what? 2019?
So I officially moved to Nashville it was July of 2020.
Oh, that's right.
But I was kind of like back and forth for a little while, like for like at least a year and a half. But yeah, I moved right in the middle of COVID. I was like, screw it. And it's crazy. As soon as I moved, it was just like busy. Because I think the problem was the good thing was everyone was off the road. So everyone was trying to figure out how can we stay relevant? How can we do things? So creating content was kind of the only thing to really do at the time instead of going on tour. So
yeah,
it kind of works out great for me.
Yeah, and we had a landmark event, quote unquote, our super spreader,
the super spreader,
the Whaletail,
the infamous,
the first ever Whaletail takeover when we packed out Live Oak when bars weren't getting packed out again yet, and some were, but we weren't paying the $15,000 fines that they were playing down on Broadway.
It was crazy.
It was a nutty night.
We announced that, and like it was the talk of the town because everyone was like, "Oh, this is the first round like live music thing back." And so, like, even when it was happening that night, everyone was just so pumped because we were just like, "Oh, we're back! Like, COVID's over. We're done."
Yeah.
The next week, everyone test positive.
July of 2020, we did that thing. It was wild. We've done some takeovers since then. We've gotten to collaborate on a lot of stuff, and got me and Sweet Boy actually both got to go and watch one of your latest videos with Mr. Colby Cooper.
Oh,
Yeah, y'all been a part of a ton of productions.
Oh, all
especially
the
Trey
videos.
stuff.
When am I getting on payroll over here?
But no, I mean, that's the thing. It's like that's the good thing about Nashville is you build a network of people that it's like, oh, I need, someone to help with this job or this job. And it's like one call away to have someone, jump on it and be happy to help. So shout out to y'all for always being ready to roll.
Shout out to you, bro. And it's kind of wild. Like, we're all connected through what happened December of 2020, or a little bit before that, I want to say, with what went on at your old house, Mitch, with
Canberra Court, baby.
The Canberra Court, man. Without that house is a big part of country music in the year where a lot of country music didn't happen. And we met on the kickball field, I believe. Or did you not even go and play kickball?
I didn't play kickball back then because I was working in construction.
You were working in.
So
I didn't know you ever worked construction.
Well, construction hiring. I wasn't doing like the hard stuff. I was in an office, but
that and selling 3-wheelers.
Yeah, and flipping 3-wheelers,
flipping 3-wheelers and cars.
Yeah, no, we first met. I think it was with maybe Ella. You had her on the podcast.
Oh yeah,
and she was like, "Hey, this Matt Burrell guy wants me to do the podcast. What are you doing today? Will you go with me?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And we got there. And you were like, yeah, come downstairs. And we walked down like a bunch of stairs. And I was like, man, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
And we went in this like little basement room that was like the size of like a bathroom.
Yeah.
And you were like, here's Boudreaux. And then there was like this sketchy couch. And like, dude, it was such a sketchy room. I was like, what is happening, dude?
Yeah, that was the place I lived during 2020. So I actually, funny enough, bringing up Carly Rogers again. So I was living in Laverne, and then I left Laverne, went to Delaware. Then lived on my aunt and uncle's farm in East Tennessee. Then they saw Super Spreader and were like, yeah, you can't stay here with us anymore. So I had nowhere to go. I was actually talking to Wells. There was a chance I was going to live with you and Brian at one point. Like, I was talking with you guys for a second, and then I wasn't able to have a spot, but I was like, I got to get out of this house in Laverne. So I lived in Carly Rogers' spare bedroom at that time, and then I moved from there into that house where we did the podcast with Ella in Antioch, where you play gunshots or fireworks at night. Shout out Murfreesboro Pike.
Yeah, that's a fun game.
But yeah, so that was where we first met. I didn't meet you at your
Yeah, I
house
believe so.
that.
No, yeah, that's the first time I remember ever like seeing you. But my memory's awful, so I have no idea. Like, I don't remember the first time I met any of you, to be honest. But
yeah,
I definitely don't know when we met.
That's the
sure.
first thing I remember was like the sketchy dungeon basement podcast.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I think we met at Trey's show in Wendell's. In Anderson.
Yeah. The one that got shut down early?
Yeah, they shut it down, but they were like, we're going to let Trey play Dick Down Dallas.
10-minute Freebird version. Trey
he played it for like 15 minutes.
Well, yeah, because I remember it was you, Beezy was there. Yeah. Was Paige there with you guys too?
No, Paige she had to do something back up here.
Okay, so I think it was you, Sam, and you guys had a few other friends with you.
Yeah, I want to say my sister was there and Sam's wife, Alex.
Yeah.
Is that a hometown show for you?
Yeah, Anderson, yeah. And it was like right in the hard, like, I think Dick Down Dallas had been out for like maybe a month or two.
I think we talked about this not too long ago. It was February, right?
February of 2021.
Yeah, so a couple months, and I was like, I gotta go to the show in my hometown of the Dick Down Dallas show. And I remember like rolling up to Wendell's and like everyone like knew that I was there, and they were like, "Oh, this is so cool! Like, you were part of that." And I'm like, "Dude, this is just crazy for all of us."
Yeah,
like,
dude, there's so many people in
out.
that small room. Shout out to Jackie and the crew at Wendell's. They are top notch and great, and that situation could have gone a whole nother way. But I think Trey getting up there before the crowd had time to react, saying, but the owner, with whoever, I think it was the sound guy, got up there and said, "Hey guys, unfortunately we're getting shut down." Before the crowd could even boo, the band starts playing. Trey gets up there, screams, "Fuck this shit!" Lifts his shirt up and plays. And then we do that meet and greet after. It was pouring rain. It was just a wild night. Then you've been at the Blind Horse with us too.
Yeah, but that was a little bit like after.
That was a little bit later. Yeah,
and that was crazy to see too, because I've seen like plenty of people come through the Blind Horse, and there was just as many people as y'all show that I've seen for numerous people. So that was wild. We got to see the full. That was my first like full Trey Lewis band experience show.
Yeah. Hopefully it was good.
Yeah, that was Greenville,
it
bro.
was great.
That was a really good night. That was the first time we had girls
Yeah.
get Trey's name and DDID tattooed on their ass. Shout out to the two bartenders.
Tattooed?
Yeah, tattooed. They have just says Trey Lewis DDID on the right ass cheeks.
Yeah, there's several.
That's
now.
forever.
That was the first one though. Was in Greenville, but
No, the first kid was on TikTok.
well,
on
the
his
first
arm.
kid was on. I'm talking about the critters, the girls at the show. I think they were actually
The girls.
bartenders there. So we're gonna see them in in like a month or two. We're going back out.
Oh, y'all
there.
are going back?
We're doing Coyote Joe's and Blind Horse back to
nice.
back. That'll be fun in November.
Cody Joe's is
But
good.
yeah, Cody Joe's is the shit. But like we were talking about, we're all kind of connected through what happened December of 2020, which going back to September, October of 2020, Impact was within the round where we had Trey play our round and Nikki T took the video. And at that time, Trey's big on this thing called TikTok. At the time, there weren't a lot of Nashville was finally just starting to get into TikTok, but you were kind of ahead of the curve on that.
Yeah, I
With
mean,
the social media stuff.
I've always studied like marketing and things happening in the social world. And, TikTok was called Musical.ly before. So it's been a thing before TikTok. It got bought and changed to TikTok. And I was just kind of paying attention to it. Like I follow a lot of people in LA and New York that are marketers. And it was obvious that it was becoming a thing. And I don't know, Dick Down in Dallas was a joke in the house.
Yeah.
And, we played it at bonfires, as all of us have heard. And, I was just like, hey, put this on TikTok, dude. Like, this could work.
Talk about the trip to Chili's, the infamous trip to Chili's.
Yeah, so we all went to Chili's. Me, Clay Barker, Matt McKinney, and Trey. And on the way to Chili's, we were playing the song. We were joking. We were laughing. When I say the song, I mean like the demo. It's like some other random guy singing. I don't even know who it is.
I think it was Brent.
It was Brent.
Brent
yeah.
Gafford.
Cool. I think they cut it out, but
So it wasn't a random guy. It was one of the writers then. I didn't think
No.
it was one of the writers singing it.
No, yeah, I think it was Brent. I think that
Okay.
was their COVID cowboy.
Cool. Then it
version.
wasn't a random guy. It was Brent, one of the writers. And I remember turning the volume down. I was like, hey, listen, this song is catchy. And if you put it out, I think I would pay money for it. And other people would pay money as well. And we just kind of laughed about it and turned the music back up and kept going. And we got to the restaurant and I was like, Trey always says I don't give a shit about shit. And I was like, dude, if you really don't give a shit about shit, put this song out. Like, just give it a shot. Do it. Why not? What can you lose? And nothing ever came of that. I think it was maybe the next day I was sitting in the living room and Trey came in there and he was like, fuck it. Make me a TikTok, and handed me his phone. And I was like, well, all right. So we made a TikTok and we started recording, putting Dick Down Dallas on there, and nobody cared at all until he started playing it at rounds. And Nikki T recorded and it blew up. And,
Dude, we played that song during COVID after he'd made several TikToks. We played it at a Blue Room outside. That's the only place they would let us play.
yeah.
We played it, I think, 10 times one night. He's like, somebody's going to listen to this damn song.
Yeah, you made a TikTok at Blue Room. That was actually one of the first weeks or two
that
that we did
Airbnb,
it.
yeah. He's like
Very,
recorded
very
this.
soon. Yeah.
Was that like before it was out or?
Before it was
Oh
out.
yeah, it was when this is when we were getting 40 views on TikTok of Dick Down Dallas.
Well, I remember when Trey did the first TikTok of it. It was right after. I guess he played it at the round before y'all really started pushing it, right?
Right at the same time, yeah.
And I remember he posted. He's like, "If this gets so and so many views, I'm going to drop it." And I remember one of the first TikToks didn't really do anything. I was
Nothing.
like, "Dang! I want the song to come out." And then I think one of the first ones that really popped was just in the studio. I guess
It was in the studio.
Where
Yeah.
he's put one of the guys putting the hand up.
It blew up at the round with the Nikki T's video, and then he went straight to the studio, recorded. We posted a video of that, and it was a professionally shot video. Did you shoot that?
No, I think Bonner shot that.
Somebody shot that and it looked really good, and we posted it, and it went millions. We woke
Yeah,
up the next
that was
day.
the one that
we're
had
we're
3.5 mil.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
That was kind of the
And then
point
everyone
where
started
damn.
using the sound, and that's when it really
and
took
then,
off.
And then the reaction videos going around town and all that. But it's crazy just how because that's how I met Sweet Boy over here. I met McIlwain was through that first run through Statesboro and Savannah. But then I'd already known you, Wales, and Trey was like, ooh, the music video thing, and then I end up being what's his name in the goddamn video.
Yeah, that was
I'm
great.
thinking I'm there helping out with lights and helping out with all this stuff.
It's usually what happens at Wales' shot.
Wales is like, Trey's like, so you ready to be what's his name? I'm like, what? And he's like, oh, you better get to smoking. So I was like, I went out.
The thing is, the whole time when Trey and I had talked about doing the video, we were just trying to figure out what to do. I was like, we have to do something like at least like somewhat, vulgar enough, keep it like, family, it's not really family friendly, but and he's like, I was like, well, who do you want to be like the guy that, what's his name? And I was like, he's like, oh, Brill. And so but he's known this for like a week or two. And I'm like, okay, great. And then I thought he'd already told you and like let you know about it.
I thought I was there to help, to assist, and I wasn't even a merch guy or I wasn't even anything within Trey's business at that point. I was just a sober buddy.
And you show up, and I'm like, all right, Matt, so you know what you're doing, right? And you're like, what do you mean? And Trey's like, yeah, I didn't really tell him. And I'm like, well, you're gonna be the guy,
dude. Running in the cold. In my boxers, and my fucking titties are bouncing. That took like 12 takes.
I think because for some reason I think Trey or whoever was like looking at the camera and kept messing up, so Matt had to keep running down the stairs. I think we did it like 10 times.
No, how they were throwing the clothes. It was messing up throwing the clothes.
The clothes. And
I'm freezing.
Matt is in his boxers and his shirt off, and he's just running. And it was like 10 degrees. It was so cold.
Yeah, that was a great time though. And looking back on that, like from that video on, it's like things kind of changed.
Sure. For everyone,
especially
really.
We're going. I found a new employer and started working with Trey and working alongside this guy, and was hanging out. I found myself hanging out at the house a lot more with you, and then the round started progressing more and more after that as well. Which I think the coming back out of COVID with that first Whale Tail takeover was what really propelled the round to get to that next level.
Yeah,
was us being the ones back.
Well, we were like ballsy enough to be like, we're just gonna do it,
Yeah,
because like we kept doing them, I think, right? Well, not the takeover, but just like. Rounds. We kept doing rounds every other Tuesday.
And then remember the first round after Dick Down came out, Alex and Trey's birthday party?
Yeah, that wasn't even like an in the round thing.
That was on a Thursday night. We happened to get it, and they didn't have Grindhouse going on that night. And it was me and Nick. It was the Whale. You helped design that flyer, so you were on there too. So it was Whale Tail in the round and Raised Rowdy.
That's right.
Trey and Maxwell's birthday party. And I remember McKinney coming up to me. I remember Maxwell calling me at like 4:30 and being like, "Is there people there yet?" And I was like, "Yeah, bro. There's already a fucking line. It's like 4:30, 5 o'clock." And it was like everybody was wondering about this Dick Down in Dallas thing. It was literally 2 days after it came out. It was that Thursday because it came out that Tuesday night or that Monday night, whatever. And I remember McKinney coming up to me and giving me a hug and being like, "Bro, I think I just got a pub deal." Like people coming up, like
nice.
That night was just fucking nuts. So it's like that whole time period was just wild.
There's definitely like those like special nights that happen in Nashville that it's like, oh, like you couldn't have scripted this, and like that night, even thinking about it gets me chills. Like. Seeing like, because like I remember Trey was playing like all of his some other songs, and like he played Believer,
dude,
like right before Dick Down in Dallas, and I was just like, my parents were actually in town, and I just remember like, dude, this dude's like on top of the charts right now, and like just like coming from where he was, like it's crazy.
The eruption of the room after the first chorus of Believer was just like, what the fuck? Like this is big, this is fun. So now to see what we're all doing now, and it's like you guys are both in the content game. You do a lot of like the videos and things like that. You're very much on the social media thing. What's it like working in that world with like all the content shit, dude, and where you guys are at now?
It's crazy, man. I tell people all the time, it's like I love music, especially country music, but I have zero musical talent in my body.
Yeah, same.
I can't sing. If I sing, like I'm like people are like, shut up, like you're awful.
Yeah,
and I can't. That's not my thing, but I love it. So for me to be able to have an impact on this whole world of, this industry, for me, it's like, it's a job when you're growing up, you don't even think is even a possible thing. So now it's like, every day it's just like living a dream pretty much.
Yeah. I mean, the exact same. I can't sing. I have no talent. I can't play a single instrument, but seeing someone's dream and being a little part of making it become reality is what makes the content worth it. It's like, this is cool.
Yeah, go ahead.
And it's such a, like you said, it's not really a job that can be a job. So like when you do it and you end up being good at it, and then you see like a super talented artist like reflect back at you, and they're like, "Dude, that's amazing." You're like, "Oh, okay." Like this is just regular for me, dude. Your music is amazing. Like this is nothing. And then seeing the excitement around the content is cool.
Yeah,
I think it's
one of the most fulfilling parts is like seeing the impact it makes.
Yeah,
and it's like knowing like, wow, like the work that we were able to do or the content we were able to make is actually helping this artist, propel their career. And, especially when millions of people get to see something, it's like, wow, like I don't even, you can't even imagine like how many people a million people are. Like, and you see the number, it's like, oh, like that's a lot. But then you think about it, it's like, especially when you're out and people are like, oh, like I've seen that video, I've seen that. It's like, wow, like this really is like impacting people's lives,
It's an unreal feeling to see something you made hit millions of views. And like, I can't speak for Wells, but I read all the comments, bro. Like so like know that more than just the artists are reading those comments. Like, and when you see that one person's that's like, man, this is a super dope video.
People don't realize how much. I'd never been a part of a music video until Trey stuff, and now like I wasn't in the video, but at the Colby Cooper thing, that was a long day, and I was only there for like 5 hours of it.
I was shuttling those guys around on the Dylan Marlowe little bus that he's got, that white bus.
Shout out Dylan. I know because one of Colby's managers, Chase, actually his brother, but his manager too.
Who's badass. Chase is that
awesome.
Whole crew was awesome.
Yeah, of course, like 3 days before the shoot, he's like, hey, like all the guys aren't going to be able to ride the bus. So can you like get us transportation for 8 people to get around the music video? And I'm like, I'm not a tour manager. Like, I don't know how to do this.
I'm here to shoot the video.
I was like, I'm here to do it. I mean, but like, that's the thing. Like, when you get to these levels of like videos, like that, you don't think about like that's part of the production. Like, you gotta. There's so much more than just lighting the scene and telling them what to do. And like, it's like, how we're gonna get lunch for everyone? How are we gonna get somewhere to go to the bathroom? Like transportation and like, everything. So it's like, there's a lot more that goes into it than you really think. And like, especially as you grow with the production.
Yeah, like to see what was like thinking back to Whale Tail starting out, because you started out by doing some was it like hip hop videos or rap videos down in Atlanta?
Yeah, I mean, like,
no, but I remember because I remember there were nights where you would always, like during COVID, especially when videos would come out, you'd have some friends over to watch the premieres of these videos when the songs would come out. Like Muscadine,
it was
with
a
Dylan,
thing. We would
that.
Back over when I was living in Hermitage with Elijah and Brian Fuller. We would every time someone had like a song coming out or like a video, we would, because like the bars weren't open, so we couldn't go out.
Yeah, it was having a fire in the backyard.
So we would have a party,
and
like when y'all all probably come over, and we would watch the video and listen to the song and start listening to, get put in demo gel.
And you were showing a lot of your old videos from back in the day.
Yeah, I mean, I was doing some like some rap, like hip hop stuff in Atlanta. Like a lot of stuff I was just doing for free.
Because I was just on YouTube. I gotta go find this.
Yeah. Shout out one guy specifically, my boy Mac Nell. He is in Atlanta, like killer artist, like rapper and everything. And we did like 4 videos together. Look him up. YouTube.
But to see how your production has grown now, because you have the whole wedding thing going too, which I know is a big thing as well back home in South Carolina. Like how your business has grown from just you, and then you bring in a friend along, and then now your sister's in it, and now you've got like a whole.
Yeah, I mean,
what's it like growing a business like that? It's a lot.
Stressful.
Yeah,
very stressful, especially when other people's like, livelihoods are depending on making sure the business stays afloat. But no, it's actually like super fulfilling as well too, because when you run a business, like to grow, you have to take chances. And it's like, I have to, if I want to grow, I need to probably add more people. And like, I mean, I'm even in the same place now. I'm like, I need people up here in Nashville helping me out. But it's like, you have to invest in people and really believe in them. And like at first, like, you're going to take a cut out of the money that you think, you're going to make to be able to grow. So it's like the whole take a step backwards to go 2 steps forward. But no, I mean, it's crazy. Like, it's cool that people like are rallying behind what we're doing. Like people want to be a part of it. People want to just support.
See those hats everywhere.
No,
those
I mean
Whale Tail hats.
That was my whole like goal with the whole hat thing. Was just like, dude, I just want people to feel that they're part of the team. You may not even be an artist. You may not even be in video. You just may like to be a fan, I guess. And it's like that's what I want people to like rally behind. It's like, just support the brand and like, just feel like they're part of it.
Yeah, and that's something you've been doing too. You've got that new Pine. Pine Company wearables? What the fuck? What does Pine mean? Alabama Pines? Like,
where does it come it's just from? To represent like where we're from. It's me and one of my best friends, Chad Norman. So shout out Chad. When I was like 17, me and Chad started a clothing company, and we made like shirts and stuff. It was fun back then. And Chad has actually had Pine Company for the past 6 years. Like, it's just been for fun. He's made hats that he thought looked cool, and we've given them out to our friends for free. Just kind of like to build a family. Like, we've just done it for fun. Hey, we like these hats. We don't want to buy other hats. Here's what we like. Take them. Let's wear them. And I've always thought it was dope. And I've always pushed Chad to the next limit. I'm like, yo, let's sell them, let's market them, let's sell them. And he called me about a year ago and was like, hey, dude, I'm ready. Like, and I want you to be a part of the team. Like, let's do it together. Kind of like we did the clothing company back when we were younger. And so that's kind of what's happening now. You know, we did our first release about a month ago. We've sold out of almost all of the hats.
Let's go. That's not easy. That's huge.
That's been a fun, like, you know, paying attention to what people like and don't like. So I have 2 hats left. I think I have like 2 more of each still on the website. So Pineco Wearables.
Go buy them.
PineCompanyWearables.com or follow us on Instagram. But it's been fun, dude. It's just kind of like a side project. Like, just something fun to wear. You know, when I moved into country music, I realized how important hats are.
Yes.
I never wore a hat before.
Love my hats.
Yeah, like I never wore a hat. Like I was always like a hair guy. Like I like my hair, so I just never did it. And I moved here and I realized that's how you represent what you do. And like shirts, not so much, you know, but the hats are what everybody wears. Like if you see somebody's hat, you can go ahead and affiliate them with something in this town. So I realized how important that was, and I was like, dude, let's attack this hat game. So that's kind of what it is. We're just having fun, doing what we want, what we like.
I feel like it's like
one day at a time.
We all kind of have that entrepreneurial spirit, you know, like with you. Like you wanted to start the podcast. Like,
I started the podcast because of radio. I couldn't get a job in radio. You know,
but
and you like to talk.
But still,
exactly.
It's true. You're like, I like to do this, so I'm going to go do it myself, you know? And I think we all have that spirit. It's like, you know, we might as well just take advantage of an opportunity.
Well, you have to take the leap just to be in this room in this town right now. We could have all went to college or stayed home and worked for the state digging holes.
Yeah. Hell, what I did when I moved to town was tell him, I was like, dude, you're missing out on filming this and putting it on YouTube. Like, I was like, I can do it. Like, it's going to be a lot of work. And then, thankfully, Trey, you know, has this now, and he lets us use it, and it helps me out a lot now on the back end of things. Like, he does all the audio for what y'all hear on the podcast side of things, but all the video, the clips are done by Mitch over here, and I do the YouTube stuff. He's on here. Wells, he's a sponsor. He does a lot of stuff
does all the flyers and all the flyers and graphics, dude.
Yeah, shout out to Luke that works for me. He does all the clips.
Yeah, Luke does a great job with the clips and all that stuff, and it's been cool to have a team, because when it started with me and Boudreaux, it was just we didn't. All the social media posts was a picture of me and Tyler. Usually Tyler holding one of the cats, and whoever the guest was, you know. So now to see it like grow, and you and I have met multiple times when you first moved here about how to grow this thing.
Yeah, because like you were doing just the podcast at first, and then I guess you started. You're like, I don't know how it came to be, but you're like, I'm going to do this around. And I remember coming to like one of the very first couple of those, and I was like, dude, I'm gonna just bring my camera and take some photos, because like you need to have some good like content of people playing you around.
Yeah, you did one that Gary and Charlie had played.
That's right.
That's because you had been in town. I think that was when did you guys shoot the Damn I Need a Dirt Road video?
It may have been.
It was around that time.
It was definitely something before I had moved. Yeah, definitely before I had moved. Because that's the thing. Like when you were starting, I wasn't even living here, so I was trying to like plan when I was like coming. Like if I had an open Tuesday night, because I didn't know anyone really in Nashville other than the people I worked with. So I was like, I'm gonna go to Midtown, like to Mumbrian, and I'm gonna go try to like meet people. Like I just wanted to like shake hands, and it's crazy how quickly you can like. I tell people all the time, it's like, dude, just like go out and shake hands, because it's crazy how quickly you can feel like you're a part of the community just by showing face, you know?
Yeah, what was the hardest part for you guys about moving to town? I'll ask McIlwain first, because he's the newest one to town.
I've only been here a year, and I only moved, like, it's crazy. I do tell people now, I used to not be a big believer that you had to be here to get things done, but as a musician now, like, being here and considered a pro at what do we do, but, like, you got to be in this town. If you want to work, like, any gig really, like, and there's multiple things you can do. It's like I've got here, and I mean, it didn't take me 6 months that I do have my normal steady gig is with Trey. I do now play Broadway a lot. I also do Trey's podcast. I do your podcast. I like anything that will like get me into something else, and like you can always learn stuff. I didn't know nothing about any of this.
Yeah.
And I figured it out, and now like we're doing this constantly. I go help, like Wells will call me, like he needed a drum kit for Colby's video. I was like, sure, yeah, like I'll go do that. Mitch needs anything, I don't mind helping anybody out. You get to this town, it's just get out and do whatever you got to do. Just meet anybody you can. Yeah. You'll find some work somewhere. Like it's not hard to do.
Yeah, and then you guys both knew some people. Like you had the crews. It's funny. Like everybody talks about Georgia. I put Alabama right there with Georgia, and the Carolinas are right there too, where there's just a base of guys and girls coming here. Like there's not a lot of people from New York and Nashville. So the folks that are from New York, I'm very tight with. You know, like you came. You had some friends, some guys that you're still very involved with on the managerial side.
Yeah, still manage.
So what was it like for you coming up here with those guys?
Well, when I first came here, me and Clay Barker went to Auburn together. That's how we met. When we graduated, we were like, what do we do now? And the options were like stay in Auburn, move home, or move to Nashville. And we're like, well, if we're going to do music, we got to go to Nashville. Like, let's not stay at home. Like, that's boring.
There are a lot of people that stay in Bama, though, and do the local, do that scene.
Yeah, and that's fine. But, my thing was if we're going to do it and we're going to push, let's push. So we're like, who do we know that lives in Nashville? And ironically, right when we started doing the Alabama circuit, I shared one of Trey's songs. It was Lying Next to Me.
Oh, wow.
Lying Next to Me.
Yep, throwback.
And my cousin that I grew up with, who was like my brother, called me and he was like, hey, dude, how do you know Trey Lewis? And my cousin lives in California now. And I was like, dude, how do you know Trey Lewis? Like, what are you talking about? And he was like, dude, I don't know how deep. I don't want to go too deep into this, but my cousin went to rehab and Trey worked at the rehab center.
Oh, Bradford.
Yeah. And so Trey was my cousin's intake guy.
Wow.
And so long story short, my cousin was like, hey, dude, Trey saved my life. Like, wow. Trey was the guy that kept me in rehab, and, like, he is the reason that I completed the program. And I was like, oh, shit, cool. So then I was like, I saw Trey at a Christmas thing at Zydeco, and I was like, I went up to him and introduced myself. We became cool. We're going to wait on McIlwain to get his beer.
Yeah, he's just getting more beers and just beering everybody. He's got 2 under the table. Nick's got 2. Wales is on his second. It's great.
So we became really cool, and I knew that Trey had just moved to Nashville 6 months prior, and I called him. I was like, hey, dude, I want to move to Nashville. What tips do you have? I called him and Matt Wallis because I met Matt on the road with Muscadine.
Money Matt.
And, I got both their advice, and Trey was like, dude, I hate where I live. And he was like, if you'll move up here, I'll leave my lease right now, and I'll live with you guys. And so we did. We got Canberra Court. We never saw it. We, blindly applied and blindly got accepted, and we got here, and of course, it was not what it looked like in the 4 photos.
Definitely don't look like what it looks like after y'all left.
Yeah, were you guys Main Street Renewal?
Yeah.
That was me. I've done that too. You never know what you're gonna get.
The living room was it was terrible. But so we moved here, and my one rule was like, hey guys, we have to go out and meet people because if not, we should be in Alabama. So that kind of answers when you moved here, and we did. We went out and met everybody and just shook hands, and you never know who you run into in this town. So I can attest to that. I think getting to know people, like McIlwain said, last week I needed a lav mic, which is a mic you just hook for close up stuff. And I called Wells and he was like, yeah, dude, just come by. And it was that easy. So little things like that, mean the world. And you just got to know people to have that happen.
Yeah. Where was your first spot where you were starting to really meet people? Were you a Whiskey Jam guy? Were you a Revival guy? I know you came out to our stuff a little bit, local.
We went to Whiskey Jam, because that was just the easy one. So I guess Whiskey Jam and then kind of Live Oak. I don't know. Yeah.
I did the Tin Roof thing for a little, at least I came up. Anytime I came
Revival
up, I'd go to
was
Revival.
Big.
Yeah, at the time.
Tin Roof. Yeah, we did that. We did that for sure. My first night in town, we went to Revival and saw Ray Fulcher. That was my very first night. I remember that.
Yeah, my first Revival was the 300. They call themselves the 300-pounder club. It was at the time it was Combs, Channing Wilson, and Rob Snyder all on the pew together. Thought that was gonna. Nice. They were making the jokes and cribbing. It was when She Got the Best of Me went #1. So that was 2018. So that was my first Revival. I was like, fuck, these writers around things are cool. I don't know about doing it on a church pew, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It sucks they don't do it no more too.
Yeah, they're in kind of a spot. What about for you, Wales? Because you knew some folks, you knew me to an extent. You knew Gary and Charlie.
Yeah,
you had some homies here.
The only people I really knew was Gary and Charlie when I first started coming to Nashville. And so I would come to Nashville and I would we come up for a couple of days and I'd be like, all right, well let me just come up to shoot a video or whatever. And I remember we were up here shooting I want to say it was one of the very first ones we did where I think it might have been Down on the Dirt Road or Miss That Truck, like one of those like very first ones. And like a bunch of those guys, like Dylan Marlowe, Tyler Chambers, Ryan Nelson, Chad Bishop, Lee Langston, they were like in. If you watch the "Miss That Truck" video from Muscadine, like they're in one of the very last scenes.
They're the guys with the shotguns ready to go. Yeah,
and as far as I know, like those are the only other people I knew in Nashville because I met them. And so like I remember one night I went to Whiskey Jam, and by myself because I was like, oh, like I'm just gonna go to Whiskey Jam.
Yeah,
like,
Paige wasn't even here yet, right?
No. This actually was probably even pre-Paige. I don't think we were even
single
dating.
whales.
Yeah, single.
Oh boy.
I was about to make a joke. I'm not going to. I was about to make a joke, but I'm not.
No, shout out Paige. Yeah.
We love Paige. We
love you, Paige.
There's not even a funny story behind this. So I don't know why. I don't know why they're laughing.
I've got this joke. I want to say it so bad, but I'm not going to.
Let's hear it.
You're chasing that whale tail.
Dang.
Nah, I was networking, man. I was networking. So I remember I went. Actually, crazy enough, the only person I really knew, it was Reed Halton, and he was playing at Whiskey Jam. He was living in Alabama, and I think I like followed him on Instagram, and I was like, oh, this dude's playing. So I saw where he posted on his story, and I was like, oh, I messaged him. I was like, oh, I'm gonna come watch you play. And then I remember he's like one of his songs. He's like, oh, I wrote this with Dylan Marlowe and someone else. And I was like, oh, like Dylan Marlowe. I remember him from that shoot at Muscadine.
Yeah.
So I went up to him in the bar and I found him. And he was like, dude, I'm so happy you're here. I've been trying to like find you. I couldn't find you on Instagram or anything. I want you to shoot a video for me. And I was like, okay, great. Like I didn't know this is how that works. Like, okay, like because like Muscadine was the only people I was working with in Nashville. And we ended up shooting like a video a couple months later back in Statesboro for him. And then I started getting linked up with like a bunch of other people, and I even still do Dylan's videos, and it's just crazy. You know?
Are you doing the newest? Because Reed's shooting a new video next week, right?
I have no idea.
No, I've never even shot anything with Reed. I just know him as like just a buddy. You know?
Yeah. Shout
well,
out to Dylan Marlowe though. He has a #1 song right now. He wrote.
Yeah, shout out to Dylan.
That John
It's
Party
crazy
song.
to see his career from where he was to where he is now, and
like
where he's gonna go.
Yeah,
He's
like,
crushing it.
Yeah, like we've all been in town long enough now to like watch people come up. And it's like that crew of the young Georgia cats that you found yourself working with. Like Dylan's got stuff popping right now. Noah Hicks is doing really well. Brian Fuller's about to put out some new stuff. Like guys that you've been involved, like watching the first videos they've ever put out as music videos, and now to see them doing what they're doing and still be working with quite a few of them.
And like even how I got linked up with like the whole Texas world.
Oh,
like,
dude,
so crazy.
what's that?
Because
like
I'm not even from. I'd like been to Texas one time. Now I think in the last 2 years I've been like 30 times.
Yeah, you've been out to Texas more than most Nashville bands ever tour Texas. Like people will tour Texas in a lifetime. How often you go out there for your videos?
I mean, I'm at least out there once a month, if not more. Like depending on what's going on. Like
It's cool.
But no, like how I kind of started like linking up with all those guys is I started working with Chris Colston. I did the 5 Beers video with him.
Yep.
Because he had just signed a management deal with AMG up here in Nashville. Yeah. And so Joe Lee, his manager, like knew of me through us working with Muscadine stuff, and it was like, hey, like, you know, you can come down to Texas and shoot this video. I was like, yeah, of course. Like, that'd be awesome. And then I remember I was starting to follow that whole like Texas crowd. Because like I already like was listening to all the Muscadine stuff, and they were like tight with Co, and you know, they were touring some with Colston and whatever. And I was like, dude, like these guys are great. I remember like I started listening to Colby Cooper a bunch, and I was like, this guy has no videos, but he's incredible. And I just sent him a DM. I was like, bro, like we need to do some videos together. And I mean, literally hit me back up. He's like, talk to my manager, and we'll figure it out. And I started working with Colby, and then come to be, he was under the same management with like Pecos and the Rooftops, and like now is Dylan Wheeler, Logan Yankee, Co Wetzel. So like I kind of got in that whole world, and then that just kind of spread to like a whole different thing, and it's crazy.
What was it like directing a video with Alexis Texas in it? I got to ask you.
Oh, man, I kept it very professional, you know.
Was she cool though?
That's the same thing Pecos said.
Yeah, that's what Pecos said on DM Monday, was that it was very professional. But yeah, was she pretty?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like all jokes aside, like when she got there, like she was there to work and like super nice, and you know she knew what she was doing. Like she knew how to act.
I mean,
I don't even know who that is.
I said the same thing. I had no clue.
I didn't really either until someone like told me about it.
Once they brought it up, I had to search it.
I was like, that makes sense.
Kidding.
Yeah,
just look it up on Reddit. Don't look it up on your browser.
Yeah, I know.
Don't look it up.
Like that's
Yeah. What was it? Can you sense that there's a different kind of style between Texas and Nashville, like just in general?
for sure. Like I mean, even the music is the first thing you know. It's just like a little different vibe. It's like you can tell like it's not just that they're going to some studio and on Music Row and they're recording a song in an hour and it's like, oh, it's done. Like it's like sometimes like the imperfections makes it a little bit more unique. And I think really it's just their attitude. Like,
Edge.
they're having a little bit of edge to them. Like, not that they're all like like, we're going to party and we're going to be like this, but it's just like, hey, like we're doing something that we want to, I don't know, express ourselves. Like we're not trying to chase this fame or chase this money. They're just like, we just want to do something because we love music and we want to put out something that we believe in. Right. I think that's really the more so the difference. And I'm not saying there's not those guys in Nashville either. Oh, yeah. Like, there's plenty of guys that are like that too. But and that's why it's so hard to like genre the Nashville versus Texas because like, there's plenty of guys in Nashville I think are having the same attitude and same music. I mean, even Muscadine, like they do it all themselves and they're crushing it. So I don't know. I think it's just up to interpretation, but for as a whole, Texas definitely has that like swagger about them that the Nashville.
I've never been to Texas.
Oh God, you're
gotta
going
check
out.
it
Yeah, you're going next
Texas.
time we go to Texas. You're going to come out with
Texas
us.
has been very good to us.
My one taste of Texas is Grant Gilbert.
I want to go.
It's
out.
a song right there, "One Taste of Texas."
One taste of Texas.
Write it down, Mitch.
Right?
Yeah.
Y'all right? Hey,
And
y'all write that song.
my
Too bad
we've already said we have no
can't
talent.
sing it
They'll
or play guitar. Or
Send it to Colby.
They'll promote it and make the video for it, and you can play the drums on it. I'll have it at a
Hey,
round.
so if someone writes "One Taste of Texas" and it's any good, and you record it,
They get writers'
we'll
credits.
get writers credit and we'll do the video. and
Yeah,
you'll
we'll
market
promote it. We'll promote it for sure.
for whoever's watching that.
What was your one taste of Texas? Oh, so it was Grant
Grant
Gilbert.
Gilbert. Yeah, and I remember I worked with him at River House, and I remember the weirdest thing was he calls salsa at a Mexican restaurant, like the red stuff you put chips in, hot sauce. And I was like, what?
I've never even heard that in Texas.
He was
We've
like,
been
hey,
out
can I
there
get
a
some more
bit.
hot sauce? And I was like looking at him like, he doesn't have hot sauce. and the waiter brought him salsa. Like they knew what was up. And I was like, dude, that's not hot sauce. And he was like, yeah, it is. He was so serious, and I was like, "Man, Texas has got to be a different world."
Hey, one of the most
I've
favorite.
never
Like,
heard
if
that.
we can get back to San Antonio, like that's where you'd want to go. Like me and Mitch, bass player Mitch Goshi, me and him had a time out there when we were there.
Our guys tend to have a lot of
I
fun.
was supposed to go to the Stockyards for a show, but it
Stockyards
canceled.
is
Fort Worth,
great.
yeah, that'd
Dude,
be
that's
fun.
a crazy place.
That would have been cool.
It's like the Stockyards is like retro like cowboy world, and like nothing's really changed. Like the streets are still like cobblestone. Like Billy Bob's is there, and it's like they self-proclaim. I guess it really is the world's largest honky tonk, and they have like cattle walking down the street, and everyone's wearing a cowboy hat. Like it's cowboy.
Did you wear a
capital.
cowboy hat when you were in Texas?
Oh, for sure.
Really?
Yeah.
He wears cowboy hats at the Christmas
I
party.
rep the
When it's
cowboy
a media
hat.
Christmas
yeah.
party.
I
He
rep the
wears them.
cowboy hat. Yeah, I'm trying to get a cowboy hat deal.
Oh
somewhere,
man, that's
you know,
coming.
so.
Hey, Christmas coming up. Can I get invited to that this year?
Yeah, of course, bro. We're actually planning on trying to figure out a way to do it bigger and better this year. So
I need to get a cowboy hat by Christmas.
I mean, it's up to you, but it's kind of the move,
Dude, it's
kind
a
of the move.
dress up. Like I've never like you're the Christmas hotel parties are.
I throw 2 parties a year. Our takeover and the Christmas party. So
And people dress up?
well, yeah, for Christmas party, it's more. I was like, you know what? Like we always wear jeans and joggers and shirts. We work in a job where we don't really have to dress up. So I was like, why don't we make it something where we dress up like we're going to a nice cocktail attire event?
It is, dude. People clean up for that thing.
That's cool.
I cleaned up this past year.
Yeah, you look great, man.
I cleaned up.
Okay.
What is cleaning up for a New York guy? You put on like a shirt over your wife beater?
Bigger chain, bigger chain. I mean, we look nice and
New
dapper.
Timberlands.
Nice and dapper. It ain't.
He'll go get his haircut that he pays $100 for.
It ain't Saturday in the. What drives me nuts about Southern attire? You guys dress up. You guys dress the same for like a lot of people dress the same for their football game as they do for church. It's
Yeah,
like
blue
it's like a
jeans.
polo shirt and jeans. It's like,
Yeah.
where's your jersey? Like, be comfortable. I don't know.
I think it's just the preppy thing.
The frat boy preppy thing. Like, I like wearing a jersey, maybe painting my hair, doing something crazy. For
I'm going to wear a
football game.
T-shirt.
Yeah.
No matter where
What's
we're at.
You're not a polo and jeans guy. Like how you were dressed at scoreboards the other night. You look like you were ready to throw toilet. You look like you were ready to TP the trees that the Alabama guys killed.
That's just more because like I feel like in this town everybody's like Georgia. So I have to be like obnoxiously Auburn.
Yeah, do you feel that being a
I have to
Clemson guy
make
too?
up for it.
Yeah, I feel like there's like no Clemson fans around here.
Yeah.
So it's like I have to like rep extra hard.
Yeah, I get no love on Auburn stuff. It's always just Charlie. He's the only one that ever's like, yeah.
Go Auburn.
Yeah, Charlie definitely reps Auburn hard.
He goes hard.
Yeah, because there are a lot of Georgia people.
Everybody here is
Georgia's
from Georgia.
looking good too right now. I know this probably will come out after some weeks, but Georgia look
hopefully
good.
it goes.
I think we got
bad
a
by
couple
the time
weeks.
this comes out.
It's about a month from now. We got one coming out this week, right?
Yeah, we got one coming out this week, which funny enough, somebody that you guys both know too, JD Groover.
Yeah, shout out
Sick.
JD. I actually have a funny story about JD.
What do you got?
JD's a man, dude.
Dude, I remember, and like it wasn't his fault. He was just doing his job. But it was
Was that at a show?
It was
Tour
at a
manager is
show.
gonna
Yeah,
be good.
yeah, yeah.
He is very on his shit.
and it was at a Langston show in Charlotte, Coyote Joe's, and like it was like a couple weeks after the Damn I Need a Dirt Road video came out with Muscadine, and I was like messaging John. I was like, "Yo, I think we're gonna come to the show." He's like, "Dude, cool. I'm gonna get your tickets. Like, come say what's up after the show." I'm like, "All right, cool." Like,
Yeah, that works.
You know,
Easy
that works.
enough.
And so like after the show, I was like, "All right, I guess we'll go like go to the green room, like hang out." And so we walked up, and like JD was at the door, and I was like, "Yo, like John told us to come by," and he was like, "No, you can't be here." like just totally just like thought I was some random guy like coming because I'd never met him or anything.
Yeah.
And so like I was like, "Oh man, that's like that sucks, whatever." And then I went back to him. And I was like, I just need to just tell him like who I am. I told him, I was like, "Yeah, I just shot the video with him." He's like, you could tell he instantly was like, "Crap, like I shouldn't have like done
Yeah.
that." And he let us in. John and I were like, "Yo, what's up?" And so like I felt he felt bad that he like was trying to like not big league me, but
Yeah.
Be a tour manager.
Be a tour
watch the green
manager.
room,
Yeah,
which is
yeah, yeah.
important.
But
That's tough, yeah.
No, and it's crazy because like JD's awesome, and like it's cool that he's so connected with like so many people. Like he's
Yeah.
crushing it, like with like all this, obviously stuff he does with John and then Seagal, and yeah, much respect to him.
Dude, I found out his first job in town when he moved here. And
Daddy's Dog?
Yeah, Daddy's Dog. He was the Daddy's Dog guy outside of Losers.
He was
And
big on Daddy's Dogs, yeah.
And he met you meet a lot of people by doing that. Like my first job in town was the bouncing thing, and you meet a lot of people doing that. Meet a lot of people that you'll never see again because it's like tourist stuff. Like, did you guys have other jobs in town, or did you pretty much move here to do Whale Tail? You pretty much moved here. You said you were doing did you have another job?
Yeah, I did.
in
yeah.
town.
Yeah, first of all, shout out to JD though. He does a lot behind
Yes, he does.
behind
yeah.
the scenes.
Yeah.
So I just want to give him a moment. JD is a guy I can call at any time.
Yeah, same.
He keeps it real with me, and you need those people sometimes. Yeah, when I first moved to town, I was managing, but then COVID happened, so like managing stopped. So 10% of nothing is nothing. So I was broke, man, and I had a marketing degree and a graphic design degree. So I started looking for jobs, and this construction company was hiring for like a hire. I was the person that hired people to work on the construction site, and I did that for like 6 months, and I just hated it. I was like, I'm here to do music. What am I doing? Like, what am I doing with my life? This is awful. And one day my boss got an attitude, and I was like, I quit. And it was so cool. It was like the best thing, dude, just to quit a job like that. I was like, I quit, dude. You're a dick.
Just be done with it.
Yeah, it was awesome. And, funny enough, he called me like a couple months later and asked me a question about somebody I hired or something. And he was like, what are you up to? And I was like, oh, I work for Luke Combs record label. And he was like, oh. Yeah, it was awesome, dude. So that was my first job. Hated it.
Yeah. And then you haven't done anything aside from music since you've been up here.
No.
Yeah, but like what you said, like, you pick up things. Like,
Yeah,
You
it's
help
like
people, though.
it's
Definitely no jobs.
like it's one of those things though. It's like I don't like people thinking that I got it easy because it definitely wasn't. I've been with Trey. I've been with Trey for 7 years.
Yeah, I'm not saying that. But
And but no, I moved up here simply because my family moved from Selma to Prattville. I was the only one left in Selma, Alabama, out of my family. I have one of my buddies, Murphy. He's been hounding me for at least 7 years to move up here. He's had a place, and drop of the hat, I called him and said, "Hey, yeah, I'm looking to move up in I think that's September or something." So I've been here about a year, a little over a year, and he's like, "Yeah, cool. Got you a room. You pick what you want. Like, you don't even have to bring anything up if you don't want to." I was like, "Cool." And I came up. Immediately got out. Like, people think I go out I do go out all the time.
You do.
I am that guy.
There's a reason. There's a reason when you Google Trey Lewis, it asks who is Trey Lewis's drummer.
Yeah.
That is a frequently asked question on Google.
But I felt like I had a rocket ship behind me too, because now I'm like I stay working. Everybody wonders. They're like what are you like? You stay so busy.
How many gigs in a row are you on right now?
By the time I finish by the time I finish next week, I'll be 16 in a row.
16 nights in a row playing shows.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Hitting things, baby.
Like,
Just hitting
I'm
shit.
just, I'm
What job would you have in town? Like, would you work at a bar?
No, I give you respect. I played Whiskey Row the other night, and I was ready to kill people.
Yeah.
Like-
What could you see McIlwain doing in town? Like, did you see him in the service industry?
I was a waiter on a music video.
You were a waiter in the music video that will be coming out
Yeah,
soon.
it's coming out.
The only
Yeah.
good thing about McIlwain is he's a hustler, so I could see him doing service because he hustles. But I don't know, man. I don't know if McIlwain would be good like taking orders.
Like
Like if he's like, hey, what do you want to eat? I'd be like
chicken scratch on the waiter pad.
I'm not my own boss, but also I kind of am my own boss right now. Like when you play music, it's very like, yeah, you're told, hey, learn this song, but also it's like,
yeah, you're contracted.
you're
Contract work.
you're in charge of your own success at that point.
Yeah.
Like it's like you can't be a shitty player. Like it's just part of the job.
Yeah, if you suck, you're not getting called back.
And I'm also I'd like to think I'm a very dependable person. Like if you tell me to be somewhere, I'm going to be there. If you tell me to do something, I'm going to have it done.
When you moved to town, did you have a backup plan though? Like, were you like, oh, I'll just Uber if everything falls apart? Or
No, I didn't have anything. My goal is I'm not gonna do anything. Like my job's my job. So anything with Trey, that's first and foremost. Like
Right.
I'm told to do something, I'm gonna do it. It's like I'm not gonna do anything to jeopardize that job. Now on top of that, it's everything behind that. It comes to Broadway, anything like I played a Whiskey Jam. Like literally, when you're watching this, it was last night, but not like I had a day and a half to learn those songs.
Yeah.
And I played them exactly like the record. Like I charted them
That's
out.
still up for debate. If you're at the Whiskey Jam, let us know in the
You got a
comments.
comment. Paxton comment.
Paxton was very happy with it. Like it was one of those things. And then I've got to play another one tonight. We'll see how that one goes. But
Well, Paxton was close enough to Broadway to be happy with anything. So
Paxton loves Broadway.
he's a Broadway boy.
He goes to Broadway. Do you guys even go to Broadway anymore? Did you
No.
even go to begin with?
Dude, I actually filmed myself on Broadway after a wedding this weekend. We were like,
Oh,
the whole
geez.
crowd was like,
brutal.
and I try to avoid, Broadway the best I can.
Yeah.
But I quickly reminded myself. It quickly reminded me why I don't
What
go down
bar
there.
did you guys go to?
Dude, this is actually kind of funny. We went to Honky Tonk Central. Walk in, 2 songs in, Dick Down Dallas.
Yeah,
all the time,
I was
dude.
on.
I was like, all right, that's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
I was on Broadway this weekend too. I did a Tin Roof Friday night, which I didn't realize just how wild Tin Roof is. Just like the staple
Nuts, dude.
bar.
You're talking about the Mum Room?
Yeah,
that
the
place
Tin
gets.
Roof. So started out there, then ended up at I think Second Fiddle, but then we went to Whiskey Row, and I was having just PTSD flashbacks with the group that I was with. I was like, fuck. Holly was like looking at me like, why aren't you watching the band? Why are you looking around? I'm like, I don't know how to be in here and not watching the floor. Like I used to get paid to kick motherfuckers out here. But Stephen Paul and those guys played Dick Down too. Honky Tonk was like the original multi-level bar in Nashville.
Yeah.
Like that, does it still get wild? Was it pretty wild down there?
Yeah, I mean, it was just a lot of people and just reckless. the band was like, yeah, someone just gave us $200 to play Dick Down Dallas, so here it goes.
That's crazy, dude.
And I'm like, dang.
Yeah, I get down there now.
That's
like I'm
nuts.
part of it, and I'm like, no, yeah, I'm getting I'm up here playing, and now like I'm just an added bonus, and more people even tip. So it's like,
Yeah,
instead of $100, they're
even
giving like
extra.
150 sometimes. Like
Yeah,
Trey,
that's cool.
Trey.
Matt McIlwain, the official drummer.
Well,
of Trey Lewis
hell, half
Music.
the time now, me and Mitch Goshi, we play down there a lot together, and like they're getting most of the rhythm section from Trey's band. So it's like it's even more like we don't go down there. Like I'm one of the people. I ain't gonna lie to you. We're not gonna play it for free. If you're looking at this camera, well, I'm not. Like I tell any band I play with down there, like they're like, you want to go ahead and play it? I'm like, not till somebody puts $100 in that tip jar.
Yeah. What's so like Broadway was a wild place for me to work. What's like been one of the wilder shoots? Either like really cool or like, oh fuck, we got to do content here. What was like for you guys?
I'll say like, I'll answer that question as like the shoots that have gotten most wild. Probably, I mean, the This Damn Song video was like just such a whirlwind of like things.
And that was at Mavericks in Pflugerville.
Yeah,
Tracy from
I
Mavericks.
had just met Pecos and then like the night before and like talked about the video and we were just like, I mean like in the video, like if you watch that video, like Pecos is sitting there on the couch like drinking the whiskey. Like we shot that scene like 10 a.m. And so like, I know he does. He's cut back a lot on drinking and stuff, but he was drinking like whiskey from the bottle from like 10 a.m. to like 10 p.m. at night, and so like the whole band was like hammered. Like that was like definitely a party. And I remember the one we shot, the remix video. That was a party too. Dick Down Dallas remix video. Yeah. I'm trying to think. I've also had some like crazy experiences where like got a gun pulled on us one time at a photo shoot.
That was a Muscadine one, right?
Yeah,
I remember hearing that.
We literally, it's actually the record they just put out, Dispatch to 16th Ave. It is the album artwork, the photo in front of that old little shed. Gary was like, "Oh, I got this cool spot we can just like go like pull up to. Like we don't have permission to, but it's like we're on the side of the road. We pull up, we're taking pictures for like 5-10 minutes, and this like big old like dually like truck pulls up, and this guy hops out with the gun. He's like." He gets from like me to you, and it's just like, if y'all don't get off my property right now, I'm gonna bust a cap in your ass. And I was like, whoa, bro, like we're just taking photos, like we'll leave ASAP. I was more worried about like him taking my camera and like losing the photo because I knew we got the photo. I was like, this is the one. But I definitely for a second there, I was like, crap, this dude's about to shoot us because we were like, I guess trespassing. And then I had something happen last week. I was at a video shoot with Derek Alston, and someone sent me the location for the address we were going to, and I didn't have an address. I just had a pin.
Yeah.
So I pull up to the pin, and it was like to a driveway out in the country. We're out like in Dixon, and so I'm like, okay, like this is probably place to go. So I pull it on the driveway, and I get up to the house, and I'm like, I don't think this is it. This doesn't look right. I don't see Derek's truck or anything. So I pull back down the driveway, and I get to the end of the driveway. Like it's a pretty long driveway. I call like Derek, and I'm like, I don't think I'm in the right place, and like I'm sitting down there for like 2 minutes. Next thing I know, this truck like comes flying down the driveway, barricades me in the driveway, and I'm like, that's like weird. Like I didn't think anything about it because I was like, I'm not doing anything wrong. I just like pulled in the wrong driveway. Like back home, you do that, and it's just like, oh, like thanks for stopping for cookies,
Yeah, it's so weird.
And the guy hops out and is like, who are you? Like, what the hell are you doing? Like cussing me out.
Get off my lawn.
Get off my property now. And I'm like, this is like bro, like chill. Like I just pulled in the wrong driveway. Like I don't not even get out of my car or anything. So he's like, I'm calling the cops on you. I'm like, whoa. Like, so I get out of my car, like walk up to him. He's like, this man's approaching me. He ain't telling me who he is. I'm like, whoa, like my name's Wallis Toney. Like what else do you want to know? And so like I'm like starting to get kind of nervous. I'm like, dude, if this dude's acting this crazy, like what's stopping him from like pulling a gun and like shooting me or something? And so I get in my car and I'm like I was like, I'm gonna just back up and roll around. And I'm like, I ain't dealing with this. Like, I'm getting out of here. And he like wouldn't let me leave. Like he was like standing in front of me. So I either had to like run him over or not. So I was like, well, I'm not gonna run him over. And so I called Derek. I'm like, dude, you gotta send someone down here. Like this is
now
crazy. And then I'm like thinking to myself, I'm like, well, he is not letting me leave. So I call the cops. And I'm like, hey, there's this man holding me hostage on his property. Like I'm just trying to go to I'm just trying to go to work. Like I'm just trying to shoot this video. And they're like, all right, we'll send someone out there immediately. And like the guy's going crazy. I mean, he won't even like let me try to like reason with him. Like I'm like, dude, like obviously you could tell I'm not here to like cause drama or anything.
My car is full of cameras.
I was like, dude, like you're just being like a complete idiot right now. Literally, the cops pull up, the neighbor pulls up that we were supposed to be at the house, and he like vouches for me, and the cops like, okay, so this is just a big miscommunication, right? And then like the guy I guess he felt like super embarrassed and was like, because he obviously was in the wrong, and like goes like shake my hand. I didn't even shake his hand because I was like, you are an asshole. But yeah, that was probably that just happened like last week.
Can we talk about
it's fresh
Mississippi at the Colby Cooper shoot?
Yeah, you had some characters at that latest Colby video. Shout out to Black Jesus, by the way. He answered the call well for me.
Wait,
Black Jesus.
Yeah, shout out Black Jesus for the boys.
Black Jesus hooking up the boys.
Yeah.
But then Mississippi.
Yeah. So for the shoot, it just came out. Are We on Fire? Our whole goal was like we want to have this like trailer to like set on fire, and so I was like trying to find a trailer, and I found one to use that was like out in Columbia, Tennessee, like down the middle of nowhere, and of course like. We're out in the public, so like while we're shooting, like the neighbors start pulling down their 4-wheelers, and next thing you know, there's like 30 people there from around the area that I guess word got out that we were shooting a music video, and they're all partying and drinking and just like, I mean, I didn't notice all this because I was so focused on the video, but like people told me after the fact, and I'm like, I just thought they were just. I
I thought you had hired those guys.
Yeah, we thought they were like part. Well, didn't you use the one guy's truck?
Mississippi is what we called it. Mississippi, the one.
Yeah, well, because I asked the owners of the trailer, I was like, hey, like, do y'all know anyone in the. I said, y'all know anyone in the area that like we can use their truck? Just like I don't need like a nice truck. I just need like kind of like a farm truck to use. And they're like, yeah, we got somebody. I was like, all right, like send me a picture of it. I was like, all right, perfect, that works.
Yeah.
And the guy that owned the truck was just, he's a character.
He made it sound like McIlwain went to Harvard or Yale. Like
Yeah,
I
was
couldn't
gonna say,
understand a word this dude was saying.
And then the night of the shoot, I get back to Nashville, like an hour away. He's calling me at like
he was calling me too.
He's got all of our numbers.
And he's like, I think Colby took my keys. Like, I can't find the keys in my truck. And he's like, I gotta go to work at 6 a.m. And I'm over here just like, I'm like, bro, I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to drive back to Columbia, Tennessee, and bring this to his keys. Next thing you know, is like 30 minutes later, he's like, my buddy found them. They were in the 4-wheeler.
That would stress me out, dude.
But he called me like 10 times, and I'm like, bro, I don't have your keys. Colby doesn't have them. Matt doesn't have them.
Shit, this fucking afternoon, me and you spent with old brother Derek. I hit my side.
This is him.
Cody Cooper. You don't get no better than that, so I appreciate you. Thank you for giving me your number. Yes, sir. We got to watch him spin out and everything. It was pretty badass. Absolutely, man. We thank you. We love you, and we'll see you soon.
Is that two people having a conversation?
No, he was
your voice.
That is our buddy. I got that call that night. That was the same guy trying to call Wales.
But he was pissed when he called me.
He was like,
That's pretty cool, man. We got to see him spin
We got
out.
to see Colby Cooper spinning out my truck. Man, dude, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen in my whole entire
That was
life.
pretty cool.
dude was a. There was some.
You had to like ease your way away from him when you were talking to him because he was one of those guys. Like, I mean, he just had a voicemail conversation with himself for a solid minute and a half.
It sounded like two people talking to each other.
It was
like,
one guy very excited to
That's
have
pretty
had
cool,
to
man.
have gotten my phone number. I'm gonna have to call him. That'll be a new
He kept
segment on the
asking
podcast.
me. He was like, y'all need some more beer. Y'all need some spokes. And I'm like, we're good, man.
Y'all need some beer.
I think he asked me 10 times if we needed weed. I'm like, bro, we're good.
I got that homegrown. I got that homegrown over there in the trailer. I'll be right back.
What did he
Ultimately,
say?
sounds like a nice guy.
He had that one hitter. He's like, I drilled this out.
He really was a nice guy.
He drilled
like.
a hole in a piece of wood and called it a one hitter. Like made his own shit. It was really cool. And I bet you, if I got stuck somewhere, I would want his number to pull me. Like if I'm ever stuck in Columbia, Tennessee, I would give him a call.
He was awesome. Like he let us use the truck. Like I don't know if he's ever going to watch this, but we're not talking shit about.
Well,
him.
we'll send it to him. He gave us. We all got his number.
I hate that, dude.
What are some interesting experiences you've had out in the field?
Dude, I don't know if I've ever had bad ones. We've obviously done like the sketchy places we're not allowed to be, but you just don't
Like
ask.
pushing the limits. That's just part of being a content creator.
Yeah, you push the limits. I think the sketchiest thing that I've had is I did a festival one time and I put a drone in the air. And a lot of festivals, like they won't allow drones, or you have to do like a lot of paperwork and a lot of procedures and like show your license and stuff like that. So when in reality, I just need the drone up for like 5 seconds to get my shot. That's all I need.
Quick establishing shot.
So like
it's
it's usually just easiest not to ask anyone. And this is not.
I have plenty of these stories.
This is not good etiquette. This is not what you're supposed to do. But sometimes it's like, dude, I don't want to ask management. I don't want to ask the production or the promoter or anybody. So I'm just going to go put it up by myself, not say anything, up, down, back in the car. And so I did that at a festival. I hid in between all the buses, threw my drone up real quick. Everything's good. I'm getting my shot. I'm not over humans, so I'm not doing anything like illegal. Like I'm within my boundaries, but I was up, dude, and out of nowhere, a helicopter, really, really, really low helicopter. And dude, I'm talking my drone was probably like 15 yards away from it. And everything in me fell out of my ass. I was so scared. I put my drone in sport mode and flew it straight back to me and landed it, and I haven't used it since. I was absolutely terrified, dude. That's probably the craziest thing that's ever happened to me. Like that could have been such a disaster. So that was the worst. I don't know.
There's got to be other things.
I've never had a gun pulled on me. I don't know. Like I've never been blocked in or held hostage.
I just came in hot. Like there's probably more things I'm thinking about.
There's probably some,
but like now, but like a lot of it comes down to like you just have to like you said, you don't ask for permission. So sometimes you just do things, and it's like, you know, a lot of creators and videographers and whatever. It's like you're so used to like, you know, like you don't want to spend money on getting location, so let's just go find a free location.
You've been on yachts in Miami doing shit, haven't you?
Yeah, I mean, but we pay for that, like that.
Well, I'm saying you've done like just interesting settings where you guys have been done.
I went to a homeless man's house one time, which I guess is contradicting.
What?
It's not really a house.
Can't live a house, but it was like a.
He was squatting.
It was a structure that was in the woods that was like abandoned, and there was like a bed, and like he had all his stuff.
Dude, they got
there.
communities over there in Hermitage.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You got like you look down the trail. They got their little buggies or whatever, shopping carts for you northern people.
One of the coolest one we got the boys video. We had to blow the truck up. That was cool.
Yeah, you had a whole fire.
Shout out to the
production.
Powdersville Fire Department back home in South Carolina. Yeah,
still mad. We
I
didn't
watched
blow
that. That was
trailer
such a
up.
sick video, dude.
Yeah,
that really
was cool.
brought the song together for me.
Yeah, that's one. I mean, yeah, that's one of my favorite songs of theirs.
Do you have a video that you're most proud of as far as like this tell the story? Like if there was someone asks like for the. Like, what do you send to people? Like, I know you have like your sizzle, your end of the year sizzle
That's a tough
reels,
question
but
to answer.
I know they're all kind of like your babies.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I guess like an artist trying to pick a favorite song.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like the one I'm like probably most proud of is definitely like one that, like that "Dying for a Living" video with Musk and I, just because that was the first like video I had directed by myself. That like I had a crew and like it was a bigger like production.
Yeah. We had a lot of friends in that video,
and so it was like
that was a good video.
Dude, like normally if a video has that many extras, like you're gonna need a second assistant director and like you're gonna need like at least 3 people helping choreograph all these extras, but. It was literally me with a microphone. Were you at that shoot?
No,
I wasn't. I had a round. It was on a Tuesday.
I was running around the Nashville Palace with a microphone trying to tell 100 drunk people what to do. Because like how we were going to entice people to come was like, oh, we got 2 full kegs of beer, like free beer to come be in this music video.
Yeah.
But then we quickly realized like that wasn't the smartest idea because everyone was just getting hammered and they didn't want to correspond. But like everyone did great. We just said, if y'all stay long enough, you'll get to fight. And that was kind of the.
I remember seeing our girl S.J. McDonald in one of the fights.
Yeah,
she got
was like breaking a bottle over someone's head.
Those special effects bottles. Were,
yeah,
was great. You guys had cases of them too, right? Like left over.
Yeah, the guys like kept using them for like TikToks and stuff. They probably still have some.
Yeah, Gary and Charlie definitely still have them. They're definitely in Charlie's garage.
I'd love to have like Clay walk in and I hit Justin in the face with a bottle.
What's crazy is like, you don't even feel it. It's like made of like sugar. Like it's not even like it looks like it really breaks, but it really doesn't.
That's cool.
I just remember like one of the first ones, like John Langston hits Tyler in the chambers in the video, and we had to do it like 3 times, and like he just kept getting more aggressive with how he did it. And like one time he hit with a bottle, but he also like hit him with his hand. Yeah. And Tyler's over here just like, all right, how many more times we got to do this? And then there's one of my favorite shots is like Elijah Borders is like backing Dylan Marlowe up onto the stage, and like Dylan reaches and like grabs a bottle and like smash it over Elijah.
Yeah.
Like, if you watch the video, there's a lot of like our kind of like network of like people. I think that's cool. I think it's cool when people do like cameos of people in other videos. Like,
I love it. Yeah.
Like in the This Damn Song video, like the guy that Pecos like Dex is Paul Oliger, which is like Colby Cooper's guitar player. Yeah. And then like in a couple of Colby videos, like Pecos is in, and then like. I don't know. I think it's always cool to try to intermingle like a lot of other people and stuff. Like even like Dick Down Dallas video, like Ella Langley's in there. I know she's like not proud of that one, but
I'm in the back of that one.
You're in that one. Of course, Matt's in that one. I don't know. I think it's cool to like create like some like characters within the.
Yeah, my first video experience with you was actually a Muscadine video. You remember it?
I don't know.
Drunk Tattoo.
Yeah, that was wild too.
That was the one. That was the one where
throw 20 drunk guys into a hotel room for 5 hours.
Yeah, I had to go back and check on Tyler after that one. He started drinking. He like passed out like in his house. I had to like get him out of his bathroom. What? Like he just like the thing was, how fucked up could everybody get? Like there's McKinney and Maxwell were in that too, and there's like the scene of McKinney's like Maxwell standing on a table holding a funnel for Matt McKinney. Like,
that was funny.
I remember the Dick Down in Dallas video. We're at the hotel, and there was a scene where the female actor, we were gonna do like another scene where she looked like they were having like an encounter, and Wells was like, "All right, I need a guy." And Ella was dating Clay at the time, and she was like, Clay will do it. And like, we haven't even said what it's for yet. And so Clay's over there like, okay, I'll do it, whatever. And Wales hands him like a wig. And he's like, whoa, wait, what's happening? And he like,
Bro, I know exactly what you're talking about.
He shows him what he has to do, and everybody's looking at Ella like, and Ella's like, whoa, I don't know about this. And Clay is the most like introverted person, dude. He's like, maybe not me.
Bro, I was gonna say, because Clay wasn't even in the video at all.
He was in the back.
He was there. He
was
there for the first
I
one.
remember he texted me like right after the shoot. He was like, hey man, like, you think you should not put that in the video?
Dude, that was great. I have a question for you. How important do you think, and maybe you could just speak on it, but I found it's very important when working with these artists to build trust. So like when you're recording and you have a camera in your hand, sometimes like some fucked up shit starts getting talked about, and you have to know when to like stop. Like, how important do you think that trust factor is in building that?
Yeah, I think for two reasons. Like, one is because you want them to feel comfortable in front of the camera,
Yeah.
so they're able to be themselves or whatnot. And also, two, like you said, like there's a lot of things that happen that, like, you know, if I did for some reason capture, like not that it's something that they don't like, you know, get them in trouble, but like they just don't want public people to see that or whatever. And it's like you have to be, you know, be trusted to not expose them, or I don't know what. I'm not that you would expose them or anything, but I don't know. I feel like the biggest thing is you just have like trust, so that you know that you're going to like put their best, you know, appearance looking out towards the public eye.
Yeah. I've just always noticed the moment when like I'll like put my camera down and like the artist is like, okay, cool. Like we're on the same page. Like we know when to record and when not to record.
Yeah, and they'll breathe like a sigh of relief almost. Like if it's your first time working with them.
It just builds trust so quickly to see that. I think to see that happen.
Yeah, for sure. Sweet Boy's got to go.
What's happening?
Sweet Boy's running.
Are we good?
I think we're all good. We'll keep going, but
I want to talk a little bit about like more like the in the round stuff in terms of like just like the culture of like the whole like not just like the songwriter rounds, but just like kind of like a lot of the stuff that like you're trying to elevate in the round to be, and like what do you want the impact of it to be?
Well, my thing is, and I've kind of it gets me in trouble with some people, but like I'm proud that I don't have the B word, and the B word can mean a lot of things for other people. For me, it means Belmont. Nothing against Belmont kids, but I don't have this music business degree. I have a communications degree, which I think I use every single day with stuff that I do for Trey, stuff that I do with this, stuff that I do on stage hosting at Live Oak and whatnot. But I think it is a culture. I mean, to where it's not like a formal thing. I think we've definitely earned respect from people for our round because of the talent that we have there and the crowd that is there. And like, I have a lot of people that come up to me and say, I've been waiting to play this round. Like, we've built the excitement with it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there's still this informal kind of thing. Like, I'm definitely not your cookie cutter kind of thing to me, you know, like where there's other rooms you can go and it's very structured and there's all this. It's kind of keeping it light, but also keeping it like having a format to it, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I think it's what people like about it. It's like, you know, it's like its whole little thing within. It sets it apart from like any other round that's trying to be its own thing.
Yeah, I agree. Like other rounds in town, you have to kind of be more serious. If you crack like a joke or two, you might be like worried about like messing up the flow. So I think in the round has a good mix of having that flow, but also like if you need to take a couple minutes to crack a joke or order a shot, you can, which is cool.
Yeah. I mean, we bring up McIlwain, we bring up fucking Sweet Boy once around now and have him do shots with people. Like, we're very... We were, for a very long time, we had our friends at Trailside, which they're, I think, getting back in business soon, but we've done 420 rounds. We've done kind of things that are a little taboo to country music, but also country music as a whole. I mean, I hear songs all the time now that have cusses in them in country music. It's not just a song like Dick Down in Dallas, but other song like mainstream artists that are kind of pushing the boundaries of it. Yeah. And I think In the Round kind of fits with that because it is like we'll have other people that aren't even country music people on as well. You know, like we've had pop writers on, we've had rock people on, we've gotten to do a lot of cool things. But yeah, I'm proud of the culture that we built and we're continuing to build and doing this podcast. I'm very thankful that we have a setup like this. I'm very grateful for Trey letting us do it as part of my like deal with him because it is tough sometimes co-hosting that and hosting this. You know, you run into a lot of the same kind of thing. But
I have questions for you about in the round, the writers round night. You know, one night you weren't able to make it, and you called me and you were like, "Hey, can you host the round tonight?"
Yeah.
And I'm a very like extroverted, like social butterfly. I'm very confident,
which is why I said, "Hey, you want to do it?"
Yeah, and I was like, "Yeah, dude, I'll crush that. Like, no worries, whatever." And I got there, and Nick handed me the mic, and instantly I was like, "Oh shit, I don't want to do this." Like,
I think Mitch was shaking a little bit on that one.
Yeah. Oh Jesus.
We're just hanging out, man. Come on.
We've been talking shit about you this whole time.
You need me to get out and talk about something shit?
No,
I'm talking about my first time hosting in the round.
Oh, okay.
My only time, my one and only. So I had the mic, and I was like, "Oh shit, I don't want to do this." Like instant, like anxiety. I don't want to be here. I wish Burrell was doing this. And I got up and I announced the first round, and nobody was there. It was like the first one, and it was brutal, bro. Like I was forgetting the people's names. I was like stumbling on my words. And from then on out, I made a friend with everybody in one of the rounds, and I was like, "Hey, can you announce yourself and everyone on stage, so I don't have to get up there again?"
Whoa, I did not know that.
Yeah, and every time they're like, "Yeah, dude, I got you, bro."
Matt's
and
never going to ask you again.
I didn't say another word, bro. I called Bro. I was like, "Hey, do I have to shout out the sponsors?" And he was like, "I mean, I would like you to, but you don't have to." And I was like, "Cool, good, end of story." And I didn't. So
the world's best
dude,
MC.
it was brutal. I'll never do it again. I will never.
You're a sponsor. You have to do it again.
I can't do it again, dude. I don't know how y'all get on stage with a mic and talk. For some reason, it cripples me.
Well, my first times getting on a stage and talking I used to have to go to like really small town like charity 5Ks. I had to go to. I remember there was one time it was a McDonald's it was actually like right around this time 4 years ago because it was right when I got back from my last trip to Nashville before moving here. It was on Route 1 in New Jersey. It was at a fucking McDonald's in Edison,
different.
New Jersey.
I could talk to McDonald's.
I had to have.
Hey, I also like how you started saying McDonald's like me now.
McDonald's, yeah, I know. You're just fucking corrupting me. Sounding dumber and dumber every day. Hanging out with McIlwain.
He has the McDonald's app on his
Oh
phone.
yeah, I know. He showed me on the
I
road.
get the points. It's great.
That's pretty sorry.
But I get the points. It's great. But
Chick-fil-A app's the way to go.
Yeah, we didn't have those in Jersey. They threw a protest when they tried to put them in
got
our
'em
travel
here, though.
centers. Yeah, I know we got them here.
It
I have
ain't in
that app,
Jersey
too.
no more.
I have that app as well. But anyway, like I would have to get up and speak in front of people like all the time. So it's like that kind of builds up your public speaking. But yeah, on a stage at a round in front of like the first couple times I did it was tough. And when it's early in the night, there's not a lot of people there too, and it's people are looking at you. I've forgotten names before too. My little trick, like what I'll do, I'll pretend I'm like looking up like a sponsor read or whatever.
Yeah,
but
look at the names.
It'll be the notes section
That's
and the
smart.
flyer with the names and stuff like that. You know.
Trey, do you remember your first time on stage? Were you nervous?
I will tell you this: when I first started going to AA, people speak in AA.
Oh, I got a story for that too, where I was anxiety.
And I was like, I remember the first time I ever spoke in AA, I was like, had it all built up in my mind what I was going to say, and then it came time for me to spit, and I was like, yeah, if I don't do this, I'm screwed. Thanks for letting me share. And I remember just feeling like, God, you're such an idiot. Dude. So for a long time, like, even I remember like being in high school and seeing people do like the talent show and shit. And I knew back then that I could sing, but I didn't like play music, And I remember seeing people sing on stage, I remember being like, man, I could sing better than them, but I would never get on stage.
Yeah.
But like I always give credit to AA because it taught me how to like speak in public, like,
dude,
and not care.
One time, we were at the house and Trey still goes to AA, and one time he was like, "Hey, dude, I'm going to AA meeting tonight. You want to come with me?" And I was like, as we spoke about my cousin a little bit, I was like, "Yeah, sure, why not? I don't know what that's like." But we're driving there, and all of a sudden, like anxiety hit me. I was like, "Dude, I don't have an addiction." Like I started getting real nervous. I was like, "Are they gonna know?" Like, I don't know what to do. And he was like, "Dude, chill. You're fine. Like, just go and listen and, like, learn what you can." So I was like, all right. And we get there, and we all sit down, and there's 2 things you have to read, like 2 sheets. And they hand them out to 2 random people. There was like 40 of us in the room,
one
dude.
of the reading?
Yeah.
Let's go.
So they bring the first one to me, and they're like, "Hey, you'll read this." And I'm like, "Huh?" What? And you know Trey's personality. Trey's like, no, I'll read it. Give it here.
Yeah.
And he grabbed it, and I was like, thank God, dude. Like I was
those,
so
those
terrified.
rooms can be a little intimidating. Like, because I had to go through that when I was still in college. So I'm sitting next to like old timers, like guys in their 60s and 70s, and they've been doing this long, double the amount that I've been alive at that point.
Yeah.
And it's like you're reading those.
It is weird hearing your voice on like a microphone or video for the first time. You're like, oh God, I really sound like that. You know?
Do you still think that way? Mm-mm. Like when you hear like a recording of it, you're saying, "Oh, that's just what my recorded voice sounds like."
Yeah, I'm used to hearing it now.
Because like even this, I'm like, wow, like I sound like a complete idiot. But like,
Yeah,
I
hate
feel like
my
I can
voice.
talk in like normal settings, but when it comes down to anything where it's recorded or whatever, I'm like, oh, that's not. I'm not good at being on camera. I'm not good at being like recorded. But
And wearing the headphones helps you kind of like get used to it. I think for me,
yeah,
I absolutely hate my voice. In all
Really?
senses. I hate being on camera too. I hate being on this side of the camera. So like, I'm trying just to act like we're not really
on it.
Yeah, screw it.
yeah. How hard is that side of things from the other end when you start doing like more videos and
I don't
more
know.
stuff?
I know we were doing the My Ex Came Over video that you shot, and like
great video.
I don't know. It's like the first performance shot we did. We just stopped for a minute, and you were like, "Hey man, you all right?" Like Wells just gave me like this pep talk, and it's like that ain't it. You know, it's just like he said it gently, you know, but he was just like, "This ain't fucking it."
Well,
and then I crushed it. You know what
yeah,
I mean?
of course.
After that, but
well,
like,
he just asked me. He was like, "Do you feel like you have to build trust with artists?" I'm like, "Yeah, of course." And like the thing is, like I felt like even we have that relationship where it's like I can tell you, like, "Hey, man, like that's not what we need out of something," or like, if it's not right, like I would hope someone would tell me that because they want the best product possible, you know.
Yeah, and I've seen Wells like work with like whoever will, have like the random actor it'll be that day. They're not like professional actors. But like I've seen Wells be like, "No, I need you to do this. I need you to do that." And Wells could actually probably act if he needed to.
Oh, he could, dude.
Until the cameras start rolling, there's no telling.
When we did that kitchen scene, and he was like, "I just need you to do this," and he did it, and I was like, "Fuck, that looked great."
Yeah,
like all the camera.
There's always like this weird thing that happens. Like, oh fuck, I'm really doing this.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like
it's
when
awkward.
you get asked to be in a music video, you're like, "Oh, cool," and then you get there and you're like, "Oh shit, I got to actually do shit."
Well, we were just telling the story about.
It feels like an out of body experience, kind of.
We were talking before about the Dick Down video, and I guess you had the idea of me being what's his name in the video for a long time, and I had no idea, so I show up thinking
we really didn't know what we were doing that day.
You at least a couple of days, or at least a little bit before the video, you were like, I already said this earlier, but you were like, "Hey, yeah, I think I'm gonna get Matt just Burrell to be the guy."
Yeah,
I'm like, all right, cool. So I wasn't like worried about.
But that was just off the top of my head. I was just,
but you hadn't told him that.
That's the go-to off the top of the head, though. Like if anybody needs anything, like, we'll just get Burrell to do it.
Get Burrell to do it.
You were kind of freaking out too. You were like, "God, my mom's gonna see this." Oh well, fuck it, I'm here.
Well, it was brutal. It was neck down.
Yeah, you could.
Well, like, and there was like, we won't go there.
Yeah, we won't go there.
There was some awkwardness.
Jesus. And on that note, I appreciate you guys coming on, and Sweet Boy over there hanging out. It's cool. We've hit 100 episodes of this thing. I don't know how many numbers of writers rounds we've done, but we've done quite a few of those now too. And I appreciate you guys being a part of it and continuing to grow this thing. And thanks for letting us
surprise guest.
Yeah, surprise guest for the last
Shout
few
out,
minutes.
Trey.
Thanks for letting us use your fancy.
I like the new curtain you got up
yeah.
here. It's nice. Covers everything up.
Covers all the money that Alex spent on all the money that
You mean I spent?
all your money that Alex spent on the overpriced decorations.
Yeah,
it's great.
Exactly.
But yeah, you guys, as always, be sure to check out our boys Mitch Wallis, our boy Wales Toney, Sweet Boy Matt Mcilwain coming to a bar near you if you're here in Nashville, Tennessee on Broadway. Out there doing it. He likes green tee shots, and ladies, I believe he is still single. He has a steady, but he is still single. So y'all be sure to check out our boy Matt Mcilwain. He does have a T. Her name starts with B, and she's a fun time. But anyway, thanks as always for watching. This has been another edition of the In the Round podcast. Y'all have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you next time.